policy states that it's the role of the Executive Vice President and Provost to serve as Chief Administrative Officer. The day-to-day business of NMSU continues under the direction of each unit vice president and college dean. This board expects accountability from all employees in fulfilling their professional responsibilities, especially at the leadership level. We must focus on the task at hand and keep our students at the forefront of all we do. The provost is not being placed in an acting president capacity, and our charge is to deliver an interim president by mid-October. Item 6, other comments.
Mr. Chairman,
Regent Gonzalez.
I just want to make a couple of brief comments regarding what led to today, and certainly I'll leave to the chair to describe any other comments. But I do think it's important that, as I was able to read over the last week, some of the discussions from the press regarding transparency of the board, and certainly what led to the decision by the board today. I do want to emphasize that transparency, I believe, is a core value here at New Mexico State. It's something that we will always remain committed to. The public, without question, has a right to know what agreements are made by their university and what actions are taken. And as regents, I know we'll always fight to make sure that the public has access to as much information as possible. But certainly during times like this last week, where negotiations are very sensitive, people's livelihoods and reputations are at stake, and our conduct and respect for a confidential negotiation process sends powerful messages to others who work at this university and impacts our ability to recruit top talent to work here in the future. Respect for the privacy of that negotiating process is important. It's always with the guarantee that the results will always be public. It is an appropriate balance, but there is an appropriate balance between transparency and respect for individual privacy, and important if we're going to do our best for our employees, students, and the families, and certainly for the public. Mr. Chairman, we all know that there is no understating the challenges that we are facing as a university. Seeing falling enrollment, decline in our research dollars, unreliable and inconsistent state funding, an athletic program that's in danger of finding itself with no conference to play in, a nursing school that just lost its accreditation, and much more. As regents, we know that the buck stops with all of us, and it is our job to address the many challenges facing our great university, but to do so with measured action, always focused on our students, faculty, and staff, and to ensure that the long-term academic and reputational health remain for our university. I'd like to say as a board, we have no doubt that we can overcome the challenges that we all face with all that is great in this university. We remind ourselves daily as we walk around this campus of our rich history, the strong alumni that supports us, our incredibly diverse student body, and the world-class faculty second to none, always with a commitment to succeed. And with that, Mr. Chair, I'd like to thank you for your leadership over this last week. It's been certainly difficult. Today marks a new day as we move forward and begin the process of addressing the many challenges facing this university, and I cannot think of a more distinguished group to serve with than all the members of here, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Regent Gonzalez. Dr. Keller.
Mr. Chairperson, can you hear me in the back? Mr. Chairperson, Regents, Provost Wilton, NMSU President Scopus, the NMSU Faculty Senate would like to make a few comments on today's proceedings. First, I'd like to reassure the entire NMSU community that throughout these events, faculty have never wavered from our commitment to this great university. Classes have been taught, discoveries and creative activities continue to be produced in our labs and studios. Recognizing our status as New Mexico's land-grant institution and our proud history of excellence in agriculture and engineering, NMSU faculty continue to provide excellent service and outreach to the citizens of this great state. Second, I'd like to assure the NMSU faculty that throughout this process, NMSU Faculty Senate leadership been guided by the wise counsel of our leadership team, the Senate Committee on Committees. I have also received valuable advice and guidance this past week from the past 6 Faculty Senate chairs. Their willingness to help and their wise counsel have been indispensable in ensuring that the Faculty Senate have an important voice in these proceedings. I've kept the Faculty Senate fully appraised of the situation as information has been available. On Friday, September 28th, Faculty Senate leadership sent a letter to the entire NMSU faculty an update on the information that we had available at that time. We thank the Provost Office for their assistance in getting this letter out to the faculty. Allow me now to very briefly comment on the Board of Regents' receptiveness On Thursday, September 27th, the Faculty Senate contacted University Council to clarify the Open Meetings Act. I want to thank University Council, especially Lisa Warren, for their patience in dealing with our very vigorous attempts to request attendance at the closed executive session. On Friday, September 28th, I relayed my concerns to University Council that the Faculty Senate request to attend the closed session had not yet received a response. My concerns were emailed directly to University Council Bruce Kite and Lisa Warren at 12:10 p.m. on Friday. At 12:33 p.m., just 23 minutes later, Regent Chair Mike Cheney called me directly to address our request. I think that by any reasonable standard, the Board of Regents has demonstrated that they respect the Faculty Senate and will respond to our concerns in a timely manner. The entire Senate extends their gratitude to the Board of Regents for taking our request seriously. Although we are disappointed that our request was denied, we must respect the decision of the Board of Regents. And finally, I'd like to make a few comments on today's events. The Faculty Senate respects and supports the decision of the New Mexico State University Board of Regents. We believe that the Regents have made the right decision and that they have done so in the right way. To those faculty members and members of the NMSU community that are concerned that the Faculty Senate is abrogating their power to express concerns about the current process, let me remind everyone that if the Faculty Senate wishes to be in a position in the future to publicly proclaim that our trust has been violated, we must first demonstrate that our trust has been given. If at any time in the future the Faculty Senate would feel that our trust has been violated, we will make those concerns known directly to the Board of Regents. Today, we wish to state that the Faculty Senate respects and supports the decision of the New Mexico State University Board of Regents. Finally, let me say to Dr. Couture that New Mexico State University faculty greatly appreciate all that she has done for New Mexico State University. We have never doubted that she cares deeply about this institution, and we thank her for all that she's done on our behalf. Thank you, Dr. Couture. Thank you, Mr. Chairperson.
Thank you, Dr. Kedlar, and this Board of Regents absolutely places trust and respect in our faculty. We're very proud of what you all do to enrich our students' lives every day, and we appreciate the trust you place in us and the responsibility that you place in us to do the right thing. Thank you. I'd like to acknowledge that I'm no technician. Is this still work? Okay. I would like to acknowledge that we fully understand the many questions that all of you have regarding the events of last week. I appreciate your patience in knowing that as a public institution we have responsibilities to many stakeholders, and we as Regents have a responsibility to follow the laws of the New Mexico Open Meetings Act. I want to thank all my fellow Regents for their diligent adherence to these policies and to their sincere desire for the best outcome for this great university and its students, faculty, administration, and many other stakeholders. We have accepted the resignation of Dr. Couture as president of NMSU, and she will be placed on administrative leave until December 31st. As you know, when personnel issues are involved, it's important that specific details not be discussed in an open forum. There are clear reasons on both sides of this agreement, and we will honor our legal obligation not to discuss them. Again, I will ask for your patience in understanding that personnel issues are exempt from public discussion to protect Dr. Couture and to protect the university. So we will not discuss the specifics behind the decision. I want to make clear that this university is doing very well financially, and our alumni and donors are more supportive than ever. Finally, we want to wish Dr. Couture the best in her continuing career in education. The Regents will begin the search process immediately, and the process will be made public. We will work diligently to select an interim president by our October 15th board meeting. This is a great institution, and we have many attributes to attract a new president. We have a superior faculty, dedicated administration and staff, and programs and studies that directly address the job needs of our students. We have a proud tradition, and the Regents and I see great opportunities in our future. With that, no further business. This meeting is hereby adjourned.